I'm Jacob.
I'm Yuri.
And we're going for a drive.
...2022 Toyota Corolla Cross.
Without launch control.
Yo, that first gear though.
Oh, here we go. Into the CVT. Hey, it's shifting fake gears. Still going. It's really loud.
And we can merge onto the highway.
Holy crap. This is one of the slowest cars I recall driving ever in my life.
Since the Sentra.
Yes, and the actual Corolla, but this is now heavier and it has all-wheel drive.
Horsepower and torque.
169 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque from a 2-liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine.
So they built this as the taller Corolla to fit in between the HHR, CHR? So mine's in different places. CHR and the RAV4. Because that's a good way to make more money because people just want to buy crossovers. And there's another way that they can make more money. Jacob, hit them with it.
Okay, so normally we don't really talk about subscriptions on this channel or subscription services. However, if you'd like to subscribe, now would be the time because this car actually comes with a subscription service. I have this key fob, doesn't say anything about remote start. However, if you hit the lock button 3 times in the appropriate sequence, this has remote start. On the website, on the Toyota website, it says that you need to have active DCM in order for that to actually function on your key fob. What that means is you get a free trial, I believe it's for 3 years, I could be incorrect, but from my research, I believe it's 3 years, that your key fob actually works for remote start. After that, you don't have remote start on your key fob if you don't pay for it.
Yeah, so you should not buy this car because they're pushing weird subscription services like that.
Wait, I won't go that far, but I think you should support your local remote car starter installation guy and just get one of those instead of this one.
Yeah, and if you do need to get one of these anyways, tsp.truecar.com if you live in the United States, link in the description below and at the very end of the video.
Discounted price offers, and then you can save that money for
your subscriptions.
Yes. So if you enjoyed that rant, press the red button on your key fob, the alarm button, which is actually similar to the subscribe button on YouTube right now. Subscribing to the Straight Pipes is free. Subscribing to a Toyota costs money.
Yeah, title of our video. Anyways, you also gave BMW a whole bunch of shit a couple years ago when they tried to do subscription Apple CarPlay.
I sure did.
And I was always like, I kind of understand where they're coming from. And then they switched back. So you know what? I am fully against subscription car stuff.
Yeah.
Do not support subscription car stuff by the competitor to show that you're not going to get tricked.
And BMW even mentioned the fact that they may even do that for like heated seats and stuff like that, which is ridiculous. Do not support any of these companies that are trying to pull scams like that because that is ridiculous.
Looks like a good time to buy a Mercedes until they start.
Yeah, everyone's going to try and pull these kind of things. But anyways, apparently this is what Toyota's doing, so we're going to make a lot of subscription jokes throughout this video. Yuri, did they subscribe to the visors passing? Let's find out.
3, 2, 1.
Toyota, we didn't pay the money for the subscription. We got a damn little failing one.
Okay, the cup holders.
Oh, did we subscribe to the passing ones?
Yeah, they paid for the subscription to the cup holders. They do pass for now.
Right,
for the
in
first
3
3
years. Yeah, okay. My steering wheel, I still have one, so that's good. It does turn,
does the
which is
horn
great.
work?
For now. Maybe in 3
3
years, who knows? Unless you subscribe.
To our channel or the car?
Both.
Okay.
Okay, guys, we'll probably stop eventually, but probably not. But let's get into the seriousness of what this car is. They put the Corolla name on a crossover so that it would sell, and I'm sure it will sell, subscription services aside.
I get it. People want to sit higher up, whatever. This kind of looks like a Corolla, but like not really.
Kind of from the back, I get a bit of a vibe, not from the front. From the front, it really looks like a RAV4, and size-wise, it actually looks really similar to a RAV4 that I spotted in a parking lot next to it.
But inside, it's exactly a Corolla.
Yes, like literally pretty much identical.
Do you think eventually they're going to sell like red pinstriping, but it fades after 3 years, and then when you're subscribed, the guy comes back and redoes it?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, speaking of interior, there's something silly we want to point out. So these stitches here on the dash aren't actually stitches. If we zoom in macro with our iPhones, it's like legit just molded
rubber.
Plastic or whatever. It's they did a good job.
We did have to take like a second look at it. We're like, wait a second, is that what they did here? So great job.
Yeah, great job of pulling that one.
Because I mean, this is a really cheap car at the end of the day. Like It doesn't cost very much in comparison to other cars.
What's the price?
Okay, so this one that we're driving is, you know, a little bit optioned out. It's not the top trim. It does get more expensive. It is $32,580, but you can get it for as low as $24,890
Canadian, and you can get it in front-wheel drive as well.
And that would be the price for.
But you know what? We saw a Mitsubishi Mirage. There's like manual, like no key fob. You actually have to use a lock, and that thing is like.
I thought it was 10 grand.
It's like 18 grand, like base.
Yeah.
And so like there are no cheap cars anymore.
No, this is one of the cheap cars now. Like,
which is like what?
It's pretty crazy.
You want to do a cliche corner set?
Yeah, I might as well. Okay, let's subscribe to Cliche Corner.
Are you in sport mode?
There is no sport mode. Dude, this isn't bad. I was full on the power there and I had to let off. It did understeer quite a bit. It's obviously front wheel biased and okay, it's not for sending, but it's not the worst.
Nah, it'll get you through
I've sent worst cars through here. The suspension's also really, really good. It's very well damped. You'll love this in traffic. You'll love this in your daily commute. There's no issues. What you're also going to love in traffic is the adaptive cruise and lane keep assist, which is actually quite decent, especially considering the price of this. But what you might be slightly annoyed by is the CVT. It just screams.
Yo, nobody who buys this is going to care about accelerating.
You have to get on the highway somehow. You have to use the whole pedal. You subscribed to the whole pedal, so you're going to use the whole pedal. And the steering is also really good. There's nothing weird about the overall driving experience. It's actually quite pleasant other than the CVT and lack of horsepower.
Yeah, and if you're putting around, like some people never go on the highway.
Yeah, if you're one of those people, this is great.
Perfect.
Because honestly, trying to pass people at highway speeds is kind of sketchy in this car. Like, that's the level of slowness that this is. And if you're wondering why this is so slow, it's because this powertrain is exactly from a Corolla minus the all-wheel drive, except the new GR Corolla that's supposedly coming that they keep teasing is going to be all-wheel drive, and it's probably going to be the sickest car ever.
Yo, wait till they have the GR Corolla Cross.
Wow, it's gonna have 6 CVTs. You're gonna have to subscribe to each CVT. All right, there's a lot to talk about with the design and with this interior, but let's get you into the driver's seat to make some more subscription jokes.
How much is it gonna cost me to drive this car?
Well, right now it's included in your free trial, but in 3 years, I'm not actually sure.
All right, let's go. Manual shift launch.
Send the CVT to the moon. And we can merge on the highway again.
Okay, it's super loud, and I think it's because all the transmission and stuff isn't as insulated as a luxury Lexus version would be.
Or even other Toyotas. I feel like a Corolla is quieter than this on the inside. Like, this on the highway is loud.
Yeah, but, you know, budget car, whatever.
Yeah. But another budget car, the Honda Civic, is definitely very quiet and pleasant to drive on the highway.
Okay, speaking of Civic, speaking of Cross, the name Corolla Cross.
Yes.
The first, I think, to do it was the Accord Cross, which just became the Cross Tour.
Yes, I guess it must have been, because I thought it might have been the Eclipse Cross, but that came way later.
Yeah, they've been messing with those names before. So, like, it kind of makes sense. Like, I'm not mad at the name or anything.
No, yeah.
Looks-wise, let's dig into all the looks. So, starting with the front end, looks RAV4-ish front bumper, but not full RAV4.
Right, and then the headlights, you can tell here's where the cheapness is, because they don't have the really cool Corolla lights. Like, there's barely any LED to them.
Yeah, but it's a LED and halogen.
Yes, exactly.
But I feel like the lines of the chrome behind it give it that, like, Corolla kind of DRL look.
Okay.
Then moving on to the side view, good amount of plastic cladding, really actually good body lines. I'm like not mad at the body lines one bit.
No, it looks pretty good from the side.
Paint color's nice, a nice like deep reddish.
And then the wheels are just okay.
But you can get like steelies and stuff. They're like in the marketing stuff, they're like you can go from steel to alloy.
Ooh.
So you can see this on some steelies.
Oh, I got another one for you when we get to the back.
But if you did get steelies, what would be the Continental recommended tire?
I mean, for any wheel for this car, it would be the Cross Contact LX25, or in winter, the Viking Contact 7.
Okay, back end.
Okay, so I'd like to start with my favorite feature, the exhaust tip. Check.
Wait. Which version can we get the exhaust tip on?
All of them.
So why did they add it there?
I don't know. Okay, so on the website, in the comparison chart, it actually lists exhaust tip as a feature. All of them get a check mark. However, if you actually look at the exhaust, I don't think there's actually a tip on here. This is just the end of the muffler.
Yeah, if they cut any less, the inside would fill with fumes.
Yeah, so I think that's an uncheck and there's no actual muffler.
Did they forget to install the exhaust tip?
I don't know. But let's take a listen to the outside because it actually sounds pretty ridiculous if you put your foot to the floor.
And how about from the inside?
You're trying to downshift. It's not that way.
Yeah, I was trying to get to a lower gear.
Yeah, but while you're flooring it?
I wanted to get back into first. Finishing off the looks, it's not bad looking. I think the CHR looks way cooler, but it obviously has less space. The RAV4 looks a little more rugged. This makes sense as a Corolla SUV.
Yeah, it does slot in exactly where they wanted it to, and it does make sense. Even in the interior and everything like that, this I feel like it's a lot more airy, it's a lot more roomy than its competition.
Yeah, I like the interior too. I like driving it. Just like if I'm putting around, it's nice. Like as much as we're making jokes about the subscription stuff and whatever, like I don't hate this for just scooting around. It's nice.
It's a really nice car for the money.
But like we're YouTubers. We gotta talk about something.
I mean, seriously though, a subscription is ridiculous. Okay, let's talk about this infotainment.
I can't believe people subscribe to anything at all.
Yeah.
I literally hate when people ask me to subscribe to stuff.
Oh my God, I can't believe anyone asked anyone to subscribe. Okay, so let's talk about this infotainment. It's decent. We have hard buttons and everything like that. We have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. We actually have a volume and a tuning knob.
We got hard buttons for all of our climate. Overall, solid, good infotainment that you've been getting in all the other Toyota products.
We do have some gloss black here and there to upscale this luxury interior, but it's not the worst.
Yo, heated steering wheel and heated seats with hard buttons. That's like pretty wild for a Corolla Cross.
And like really big, nice, meaty buttons that are really easy to press. And I feel like the Corollas have them buried, I believe, like almost under the dash, or is it the Prius?
Like bottom right.
Yeah.
That was, I think, the Prius.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, our gauge cluster, really nice. A lot of analog, a little bit digital screen on the right. Like I feel like you're not missing out on anything that's in any of the other Toyota products.
Right, I think that's like straight up like lifted out of the Corolla.
Yeah, like this whole area around the shifter just screams Corolla to me.
Yeah, and then it's just missing the IM button for the intelligent manual rev matching.
Yeah. And then how about seat comfort?
Very good. These aren't leather seats or anything like that, but they're surprisingly very well bolstered for a Corolla Cross.
All manual adjustment though.
Yes. And then backseat room is, again, really good. I'm very comfortable back there at 6'1.5".
Yeah, it would be a decent little family car. And then behind the back seats, a good amount of room. And if we fold that down, even more room.
Yeah, so more than like a Hyundai Kona or something like that, but it's not crazy. Obviously more than like a regular Corolla hatchback.
So I know that review is a little all over the map. We were having some fun with it. I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's get to the price.
That we already got to in the beginning of the video.
Yes, but we got to continue our format up.
Okay, so the price for this one is $32,580.
Canadian. And then as for what this competes with, it's like kind of the CX-30, but also kind of the Kona, but also there's so many different sizes of the same kind of slightly different SUV that like it's really hard to tell until the Civic Cross comes out.
Yes, the Civic Cross needs to come out for next year's.
So let us know what you think of this Corolla Cross, and if you're looking to buy your own Corolla Cross, Corolla GR, or any car in general, tsp.truecar.com, link in the description below, or this little button at the very end of the video.
Discounted price offers. Subscribe.
To what?
To the car. Your remote starter.